Hey everyone! Hey guys. So I have decided that I have to censor myself a little bit in these reviews. Based on the fact that some of my content is getting age restricted now, I think that's a sign that I should take it back. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hear what I'm saying in full glory, but I'm sure I can work around it. Hi, how are you all? Welcome back to another review.
Do you ever wonder?
A brief description. If you haven't seen any of these videos before, any of this series, this is part 6 now. Basically, this series I just review Cupcakke remixes across 2 different categories. One is creativity and the other is musicality. Creativity is just the lyrical content and the incorporation of Cupcakke into the piece. It literally is just how creatively can you bring in an element of Cupcakke into this original song. Musicality is just the producing side of it. It's how good is the piece in terms of being a musical product. Creativity. I love the beginning of this one. The first few lines of this piece I feel really set the tone of what's to come. I don't got no penis. I don't got no to f you in the ass. How am I censoring this? I love how this is just creatively reminding us that Cupcakke was assigned female at birth. Is she fucking a woman or a man? Is this a song about... No, it's not about having sex with a strap on, is it? Is that what this piece was? Anyway, I need to continue. In terms of perspective and intent, I don't feel like this piece is a duet. I think it's just Cupcakke. It feels more like she's just telling us the terms and conditions of having sex with her, and then just her describing her having sex. I think it is a little bit confusing though, because in the chorus, it does kind of sound like there's 2 people singing, but in the deeper parts, in the verses, it sounds like it's still coming from Cupcakke's perspective, not the deeper voice's perspective. Papi Cupcakke, that's deep voice Cupcakke, I'm gonna say, is talking about how they don't have a penis in the first verse, but then in the chorus, they're talking about having their penis gulped, and that doesn't make sense. So I'm thinking that maybe Papi Cupcakke only exists in the chorus and the verse is just horny Cupcakke, assigned female at birth Cupcakke. She's the one who's singing there. That's what I get from this, I think. Does that make sense? She's pretty well incorporated into the piece overall. The lyrics are fun. Everything's pretty good. No real drawbacks, just some slight confusion on my part. Musicality, it's produced really well. Somehow, even though it's very obviously pitch corrected, it doesn't sound that bad. I think it might be because Cupcakke is pretty much replacing everything in the song, whereas usually Cupcakke's kind of added in mid-line. She's kind of just added in, which I don't mind, but there wasn't anything pitchy. Nothing was really offbeat, I think. So it was all pretty good all together.
He give me his credit cards and tell me to use debit. Cause being with me, my nigga stay well fed. He sucking my...
Creativity, I feel like compared to Ren Vision's body of work, I don't think that this piece was as strong creatively. Cupcakke was incorporated pretty sparingly, I think. Other than like in the actual lyrics of the song, the only thing I can really remember was the gulps at the end of the chorus. They were really nice though. They were a nice touch. I really liked those. But I don't think she was really incorporated into much else of the piece. I do really like I'll wait for your... That's funny to me because I don't know what it means. It makes me think, okay, trying to come up with like a perspective behind the lyrics because I couldn't really get much from them other than like, I didn't think you'd slap my... How could you ever even... That was a fun lyric, but from the rest of them, I just kind of got normal Cupcakke samples added into a song. It was nothing innovative and creative about it to me. But what I understood from the piece was that she has been seeing this man for a little bit. Not necessarily a relationship, it seems like it's purely for sexual benefit on both parties' behalf. I think it's mainly just that the sex between these two individuals has grown stale. It's not exciting anymore. Neither of them are really enjoying it that much. Like, I'll wait for your doesn't sound like I'm not excited to do this. In fact, I'm waiting for this to be over. I'm waiting for you to finish so that I can leave. That's what this feels like to me. And I kind of get the impression that maybe that the other party is also not feeling that involved anymore. So this really does feel like after this, the relationship, this transaction that's being made will come to an end. We are not going to be seeing each other after this. And then that's why I think she's saying that she would rather masturbate, but then she also says that she gets lonely about it. So she'll masturbate, but she's going to be lonely when she's doing it, is what she's saying. That's what I think the perspective in this piece is. The outro is really good though. That was really fun. I feel like that's probably my favorite part actually. It's adding a new flavor to the piece. Musicality, I really like the riffs. Yeah. It was just very clean. She does sound a little robotic though. It really pops out when she says ride and masturbating. Sometimes I get confused with which accent I'm supposed to have. I think as well because Ariana is so soft, delicate and petite, and Cupcakke's like diction is so forward that there's like, it's difficult to mix them in well. It feels like there's a bit of a jump, a disconnect, a disjoint between Cupcakke and Ariana when each of them are taking turns singing.
Just wanna let this happy die.
Also, which really weird. Don't think I've ever heard a Ran Vision remix have a pitch issue, but when she says choke, both times, it's off. It's weird. It's not normal. Are you okay? DJ Pyromaniac, are you okay? What's wrong? Why is there a pitch issue? This never happens. But still good. Just not the usual Ran Vision level of producing, I think. Creativity, the intro of the song is that.
How are you a they? What the fuck does that mean?
That's the intro to me. It's really good.
I've been busy. I've been
Kissing his dick in slow motion. Using his nut as face lotion. Sucking dick.
Another club. Black bitch in your area as a producer tag is pretty. It's ingenious work. I feel like there was a lot of creative liberties added into this. Like there's a lot of samples added in where there wasn't anything in the original. There's a lot of vocal effects added in a lot as well. It all kind of feels very psychedelic to me for some reason. I'm not 100% sure what was going on for half of it. And I don't really know what direction it was heading, but it was a really fun thing to listen to. I guess the theme was like psychedelic sex. It felt like listening to like one of those like surround sound 8D audios. Just like it was everywhere. But I really loved the gulp, 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 gulp section. That was really fun. I loved the pause at the end of the second verse, I think, where everything just stops, which I think was actually good because there was a lot going on. I couldn't keep up. So I think it was great that something stopped for a second and let me go.
Come dick me.
But overall, I think it was really well. It was done really well. It was just a little overwhelming, was the only thing. It just overwhelmed me. But it was really good. I liked it. Musicality, everything was also really good. Nothing was pitchy, nothing was offbeat, everything was layered. There was a lot of layers. There was a lot of... Was there harmonies? Well, there was so much going on that it harmonized anyway, because all the reverb was kind of adding on top of itself and the echoes were like layering on top of themselves. So I guess technically there was harmonies. I think that was kind of the biggest issue for me though, is because there was so many vocal effects and they were so loud and they carried over so much. I didn't really know what she was meant to be saying, so I couldn't really understand what Cupcakke was saying either, like in the context of the piece. I didn't understand what like the setup was and what she was interrupting. So it kind of like cut away some of the lyrical value for me. Maybe Cupcakke could have been brought down like a couple decibels, and that way we could experience what we were meant to be experiencing. I think that's the main issue really. Nothing else was an issue. I can't think of anything else. Once again, creative liberties taken here. I think there was stuff. There was a lot of okay. There was moans and there was other little background lyrics that were added into the beginning that I think were a really fun touch. I like the staccato in the verses though. That was pretty fun, especially on the running down my wet pussy. Take a look through my clip. That was fun. She's incorporated really well throughout the piece. Like we had a little voicemail moment in the beginning. There's pretty much always a Cupcakke noise somewhere. And I think she's incorporated into the lyrics very well. I don't really remember there being any specific lyrical content that I thought was amazing, but I think it all flowed. So it was okay. I'm super tight, super tight. Like it made sense. You could follow, there was a story. You could follow what the lyrics were saying is what I mean. And I like that the second verse was just Cupcakke rapping. I don't like it when there's just a Cupcakke sample added into the entire piece, but I like it when like a verse is just replaced with Cupcakke, because I feel like anything from any of her songs always works well on top of any beat. So I'm happy. Musicality. So rhythmically, everything is great, but the pitch is weird. I don't know what's going on in the chorus. She goes really low, tight, and then she goes really, really high. Eat your dick, eat your dick. Like it's just, I don't know. It didn't flow. I don't understand why the pitch correction was used in a way that made the listening experience confusing. I feel like it took away from the lyrics. If it just was the right pitch and flowed and didn't feel so like broken up, it would be better. I get that it's like a funny approach, but still it bothers me a little bit. I think there's like a synth or background vocals towards the end as well that weren't in the instrumental when it switched to Cupcakke. So it all just kind of, I don't know, it didn't make the listening experience as smooth as possible. I want it to be more molded into the piece. I want it to be mixed a little better.
Why you keep texting my phone? Leave me alone. Boy, I do not want your dick.
This one was a little weird.
Are you homosexual?
For me. Honestly. Why is Mickey Mouse sucking dick and
Like, I'm just like, oh my god. Time and place. And you did it at my birthday.
Why is he steering a boat and gulping down a really big penis? Something about it feels nastier and more vulgar that you made Mickey Mouse give a blowjob. It feels nastier and more vulgar than like any remix I've ever heard. Any lyric that anyone could come up with. This feels more blasphemous than that. Somehow. Some way, you managed to make it.
This is disgusting. I like it though. I want to watch it again.
It feels like absurdist theater too. So it's like a slapstick, black and white film. No speaking, no dialogue, just Cupcakke sounds, you know, experimental media. So I do really like the innovative and creative approach to this. Because this as well, it's not a song. So I have to go by like my creativity continuity thing. How well the story is being told. The plot, dialogue, if there is dialogue. Just what's happening in the piece. To me, the plot was Mickey Mouse was giving head whilst he was on duty steering a boat. Then he starts having a party and his boss comes up and is like, hey, why is it party and play in here? Then his boss stretches him out. Oh, maybe not that word if I don't want to be age restricted. He stretches his spine and bends his spine back. Then his boss yells at him, tells him to hump him, fuck him and choke him. Upon hearing this, Mickey turns around, walks away, then turns back around and blows a little raspberry, goes at his boss. Then his boss tries to kick him and ends up kicking himself. That's the story. That's what I got from this. Anyway, I feel like other than the beginning, the plot didn't really change, which was a pretty significant part of the plot, I would say. Sucking dick whilst you're on the job is a little irresponsible, and I understand why he did lose his job, but I don't understand why when we're yelling at him for sucking dick, we're saying hump me, f me, daddy, better make me choke. That, I feel like, continuity wise, doesn't make much sense. I feel like at the end as well with the raspberries, you could have made that like he was sucking again as to disrespect his boss. Or you could have done the blow bubbles with sperm. I don't know, I feel like there was other directions to go that could have been more interesting storytelling wise than just narrating what was happening, basically. I didn't feel like we were getting a new perspective. It kind of just felt like we were being retold this story with Cupcakke audio added on top. Nothing new was being presented. That's my only issue with this.
Oh, hey there.
Creativity. This is a very interesting, innovative, creative piece. The voicemail in the beginning telling us that she's gonna sue us.
My lawyers have been calculating each and every one of you.
Would I get sued? Cease and desist. Okay. Oh well. No. Not oh well. Not well. Whilst that voicemail is playing, it's like the instrumental is still building tension into the song, and then she starts barking and moaning. Those are nice added in. The barks especially, because like the whole thriller thing, werewolves, vampires, undead, coming to life, attacking us. That's what the thriller vibe was, so I think it matches the atmosphere of the piece very well. Some lyrics that really stuck out to me. Bill Cosby is lurking in the dark. That's scary. You try to cream, but Papi takes the before you make it. That's very good too. I like that lyric a lot. There's no escaping the jaws of my pussy. And Gabby Douglas is close at hand. Why Gabby Douglas? Isn't she a gymnast? Are we flipping on the dick? We jumping jacks on the dick. Is that what we're saying? I also really like the music video that comes with this. I feel like it makes the whole experience more immersive. And I like how it's like the After Effects text animation. The raps are really nice too. She's incorporated pretty much everywhere.
Open legs, then the headboard break. Slow strokes while we listening to Drake. Turn it on till the bitch back to pain. It's hot. I'ma have you tricking like a prank.
Everything was added in really nicely. The lyrics are fun. The changes that were made are really nice. I like that you can follow along and not be confused by what she's saying. That is always really nice when I listen to a Cupcakke remix and the lyrics actually make sense. Musicality. Overall, everything's really nice. I will say though, I think at the beginning of the third verse, or the bridge, whatever you want to call it, and I think she's a little flat. Which was a little weird because everywhere else she's incorporated really well and everything fits really nicely. So when it's in these remixes that are really good and then there's just like one bad thing, it feels it's more abrasive when you're doing well and then something goes wrong. And then some of the harmonies could have been louder. I think because it is like a 6-minute video, it feels like there's a few things wrong, but it's just because it's a 6-minute video. Like, it's pretty hard to do 6 minutes of a video without doing something wrong, you know? I still really like it. I think it's really good. Creativity. I love the fact that it's slowed and reverb and there's a 1 hour version of it. That is
talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping.
Whenever I hear it though, I think of the TikTok slideshows of Gay's comments on JJK, because it does give contemplative. Like, it gives reflection, introspection, and just taking time to figure out what you're thinking, you know, and what you're feeling. It's not like the most energetic, stimulating piece, but it's very good for thinking inward. I love the ooh-wee. There's only like 7 lyrics to choose from, so I can't give you like a lyrical breakdown because there's not, it's just repeats. There's no lyrics. It just keeps going. Musicality, once again, it's so short, 7 lyrics. I can't really say much about it because there's not much of an alteration being made, but that also means that there's not really anything that went wrong. I do really like the effects that were added, like the reverb is really nice, and then I like that the echoes are timed so that they match the original song, like they're on beat still, even though they're echoes. I really like that because you could have easily just put them as anything. It's just very simple producing wise, so I don't have much else to say, but that's it. Still good. That's all I have for today. Tell me what I should review if you have any suggestions. I still suck at outros. What do you say here? Thanks, party people. Thanks, slurpers. Love you, slurpers. Get to slurping. This is for all you slurpers out there. Get to slurping. Hope you slurp. Hope you slurp. Bye, I hope you slurp.